Ritualwell is a website that allows users to find, create and share Jewish rituals. It was initially launched in 2001 and was nominated for a Webby Award in the Religion and Spirituality category in 2003. The site was redesigned and relaunched in 2005. It seeks to increase the number of rituals available for holidays, Shabbat and traditional lifecycle events. Approach. Ritualwell aims to promote a democratic Judaism where everyone is welcome to submit content and join the conversation. Earlier prayer and ritual were committed to paper and published in books. Ritualwell seeks to leverage the fluid, changing and democratic nature of the Internet. While its roots are in the feminist movement, Ritualwell attempts to be broadly inclusive while also seeking to make contemporary feminist Jewish liturgy and rituals widely available. The name Ritualwell references a Jewish story of endless water available in the desert. The Midrash of Miriam's well is a rabbinic legend that tells of a miraculous well that accompanied the Israelites during their 40 years in the desert at the Exodus from Egypt. Though Miriam is closely associated with Jewish feminism, Ritualwell tries to expand the use of ritual in daily life to sanctify all life changes for men, women and children. The story of Miriam's well is linked to a late 20th century feminist addition to the traditional Seder plate. Some Seders, including the original women's Seder, but not limited to women-only Seders, now set out a cup for the prophet Miriam as well as the traditional cup for the prophet Elijah, sometimes accompanied by a ritual to honor Miriam. Miriam's cup originated in the 1980s in a Boston Rosh Chodesh group. It was invented by Stephanie Liu, who filled it with Mayim Hayim, living waters, and used it in a feminist ceremony of guided meditation. Traditional rituals. Ritualwell includes information on traditional Jewish rituals such as attending the mikveh, counting the omer, and marrying. It offers a variety of new approaches to traditional rituals such as marriage, with rituals for same-sex weddings and second marriages, baby naming, and the Passover Seder. Rituals are reshaped by people who want Judaism in their lives but don't feel comfortable with some aspect of the traditional ritual. Current Ritualwell editor Rabbi Roni Handler explains, even if they do not have a regular spiritual practice, couples view their wedding as a microcosm of the home they're creating together. They aren't looking at marriage as a business transaction as it was once understood. They want the ritual to represent their commitment to each other. Since traditional Jewish weddings include a large number of different rituals, Ritualwell includes betrothal blessings, tisjas, and other elements of the wedding. New rituals. The site offers newly created rituals to mark various points in contemporary life such as a child beginning kindergarten, getting a driver's license or leaving for college. Other new rituals include retiring from work, suffering a miscarriage, surviving cancer, and the separation of a marriage. Informing contemporary ritual. Since its founding in 2001, Ritualwell has regularly been cited as a source for material on Jewish ritual practice. Books, websites and blogs all refer to Ritualwell and recommend it as a resource. Books. Open It Up. Integrating the arts into Jewish education. 2006. Cites Ritualwell as a source for inspiration for Passover projects. The Women's Seder Sourcebook. Rituals and readings for use at the Passover Seder. 2006. Discusses Ritualwell as a source for Seder rituals and ideas. Celebrating the Jewish year. The fall holidays. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot. 2007. Refers to Ritualwell in discussion of Rosh Hashanah and Simchat Torah. Teaching the Holocaust. 2007. References Ritualwell as a resource for creating a Yom HaShoah service for students. Women Remaking American Judaism. 2007. discusses the orange on the Seder plate and cites Ritualwell as a source for new ritual. Quote, the Torah commentary book Torah Queries, 2009, includes a chapter on each of the 54 weekly Torah portions. The chapter on Parashat Lech Lecha, Genesis chapter 12, 1-17, 27, refers to two different rituals from Ritualwell while discussing transformation and covenants. The Creative Jewish Wedding Book, 2009, repeatedly mentions Ritualwell as a source for material to use when planning a Jewish wedding. Inventing Jewish Ritual, 2010, calls Ritualwell one of two trustworthy websites for learning about new Jewish rituals and refers to the site throughout the book as a source for material. Bioethics in a cultural context. Philosophy, religion, history, politics, 2011, cites Ritualwell in a discussion of the Jewish position on assisted reproductive technologies. Art, a Jew's best friend. The image of the dog throughout Jewish history, 2013, mentions a blessing of the animals ritual found on Ritualwell websites and blogs. The following is a sample of websites and blogs that reference Ritualwell. This list is not comprehensive. Hillel, the largest Jewish campus organization in the world, advises students wishing to start a Rosh Chodesh group to rely on the excellent discussion in an article on Ritualwell. Congregation Netivot Shalom recommends Ritualwell as a resource for people planning marriage and commitment ceremonies and B'nai Mitzvah, people converting to Judaism, and for people grieving a loss. Omer Harvest, a website focused on the annual counting the Omer, recommends the wealth of resources on Ritualwell. Rabbi Sarah Tasman discussed using a ritual from Ritualwell on her blog, 2013. The Jewish Baby Network cites Ritualwell as a resource on its Blessings and Rituals page. Rabbi Margaret Frisch Klein references Ritualwell in posts about teaching children to pray, bat mitzvahs, and the power of ritual. 2013. The Jewish Women's Center of Pittsburgh recommends Ritualwell as a website of value to Jewish women. History in relationship to Jewish feminism. Lori Lefkowitz and Eve Landau launched Ritualwell in 2001 with the purpose of making contemporary feminist Jewish liturgy and rituals broadly accessible. Lefkowitz was working in her role as the founding director of Kollel, Center for Jewish Women's and Gender Studies at the Reconstructionist Rabbinical College, RC, and Landau was director of Mayan, the Jewish Women's Project. Their organizations were resources for people interested in feminist and innovative Jewish ritual. Lefkowitz stated, history shows us that Jewish ritual and liturgical practices were once more fluid than they later became. It seems to me that the printing press froze our words and practices, and I am convinced the internet is in the process of defrosting them. Quote, the site was nominated for a Webby Award in the Religion and Ritual category in 2003. In 2005, Lefkowitz and Shapiro published a scholarly article in Nasham discussing the creation of Ritualwell and the difficulty of creating a site that was feminist while still being accessible to a broad spectrum of Jews, from unaffiliated to Orthodox. They wanted to provide a resource equally valuable to a traditional rabbi in the big city and to a Jewish family remote from many Jewish resources, with a primary commitment to sanctifying life, occasions and holidays, through the lens of Judaism and egalitarianism. Issues they struggled with included the gendered nature of Hebrew and traditional Jewish prayer that classically references both God and the normative Jew with masculine pronouns. Quote, the use of the word feminist appeared to discourage participation by some of their targeted audience. Quote, the inclusion of rituals intended to mark milestones in the lives of boys and men because parents who had created beautiful new ceremonies for their baby girls, now needed to make the celebrations of their sons' births as meaningful as those for their daughters. The question of whether new rituals resonate with Jewish tradition, utilize Jewish symbols in ways appropriate to them, make use of traditional prayers or texts in innovative ways that remain true to their essence, and felt Jewish. Quote, in 2005, RC became the sole publisher of Ritualwell and launched a redesigned website. Rabbi Roni Handler, the current editor of Ritualwell.org, started in that role in 2007. See also Reconstructionist Judaism, Reconstructionist Rabbinical College, Mayan, Reconstructionist Rabbinical College.